the players who've hurt their value, their stock the most in the playoffs. Shout out my coworkers at Hoopsite, Frankie Arena, for this article. Links in the description. Go check out our work at Hoopsite. I work at Hoopsite, and we post content like this on a daily basis. So basically, these are going to be 4 guys that we put together in our group chat who should be here. But honorable mentions: Gordon Hayward, and I know technically Contavious Caldwell-Pope has a player option, so he's not expected to be a free agent, but if he were, I feel like his stock's gone down. So let's get right into it. First one is Buddy Hield. Yes, Buddy Hield, the first guy on this list. You're thinking, really? 3-point shooting? Hey, I've been joking around that the Warriors could save money by getting rid of Klay Thompson and bringing in Buddy Hield and Luke Kennard, but in all reality, Buddy Hield, the guy who knew he had to play really well to improve his stock, he kind of had a down year. His playoff numbers: 5.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, half an assist, 46% from 3. His first taste of playoff basketball did not go well. At 31 years old, he got DNP'd twice in his first playoff series. I guess he kind of salvaged his playoff, showing by having a 20-point performance with 4 rebounds, going 6 of 9 from 3 in the 118 to 115 game 6 defeat. But from game 1 to 3, he was basically unplayable, averaging, under 1 point a game, going 0-5 from 3. And the Knicks defense literally made him look terrible. Daryl Morey literally said that the fit was less good than he thought. And that, that says that when Embiid returned, he was not able to get as many shots as they expected. It says it was their fault on the full roster evaluation than a failure in Buddy, and that he could still come back. Now, I really look on the season holistically. He had 12 points on 38% from 3. He's still going to have, plenty of suitors. Another Sixer that, people aren't going to realize who had, not a great series was Tobias Harris. Yes, Tobias Harris. Ironically, I have his dad's. His dad's been sending out this slideshow, like PDF, to teams. Why Tobias is a max player. It's kind of funny. But the playoff numbers are 9.7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 33% from 3. After earning $39 million, his dad got him such a great contract. Tobias Harris is going into unrestricted free agency. He's not going to be making as much money as he last did. And he had a good, regular season. He was super efficient. He averaged 17 points and 6.5 rebounds and 48% from the field. But those numbers didn't carry over. And he's been a guy who hasn't been the best playoff players, and Tobias Harris has been a staple of this team for a while, but this team has been unable to break past the second round of the playoffs, and it's sure that they need to make moves. So I don't think there's much of a possibility that Philadelphia brings Tobias Harris back to the team on a team friendly deal because of his versatility. But I think what we're going to see is there's a bunch of top free agents, and I think there's plenty of suitors that are willing to pay him more than what the Sixers intend to offer him. And with that, I really do believe, Tobias Harris is moving on. And they're saying that he's going to be making probably near $40 million a year. So, and look, they could offer him a 5-year, $180 million deal, but nobody's going to offer him that. I just don't think that's good money. Now, who is next? A former MVP, Russell Westbrook. Yeah, Russell Westbrook's on this list. In 6 games, he had 6 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 23.5% from 3. The former league MVP didn't look like himself. On the regular season, he had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 45% from the field. He even earned some 6 Man of the Year numbers, but he kind of fell apart, and he just couldn't shoot from 3, okay? He could not shoot from 3. And he shot 26% from the floor and 23% from 3. I just think, he's the triple-double GOAT, but he's heading into an age 36 season, and The Athletic, which recently reported that Westbrook is in search of a bigger role. Westbrook's role took a different spotlight when he was lost for a while with a fractured hand. The Clippers go 6-6, lost 5 straight games, but when Westbrook returned, they won 7 of 8, and that culminated in the Hall of Famer's lone triple-double and starting in place of Harden. Even when Westbrook saw success after he returned, he often mentioned how he felt like he could play more and did not speak to rewards at any point after the regular season ended. So it seems like he doesn't like that minimum role, and I don't think he does. I think he wants his money, so he's somebody definitely to look out, and he's going to be definitely a cat to keep an eye out for. Now, Mo Wagner, he had a decent regular season, but he averaged 11 points on the season, 4.5 rebounds, shot 60% from the floor while attempting 115 threes. But, dude, during the playoffs, he shot 22% from threes, 6.3 points, 4.5 rebounds. And his play just didn't come very over. He was a defensive liability. He wasn't giving much offense. And he's a team option for $8 million. And I think Orlando will certainly exercise that team option to keep his brother happy. Plus, as efficient he is scoring near the basket and three-point shooting, I think he's just a very solid backup big on a team-friendly contract that you just can't let walk out the building, because there aren't players like that in free agency, and he's a guy that definitely is helping this team more so than not helping them. So for me, it just makes a ton of sense for them to keep a guy like Mo Wagner. But yeah, when you look at this, I know it's not an ideal situation, especially with how everything is played out, and I think this was an offseason where playoffs were like, look, there's a lot of guys out here who had a lot riding. For some guys, this is make or break offseason in terms of money, because as we know, the second tax apron, we're going to see a lot of guys in their contracts kind of start to change because there isn't money like that floating around. It's not their fault. It's just how the things are playing out. So for me, I think we're seeing a lot of guys who you're going to see drastically get paid differently than they have for the brunt of their career. Again, not their fault. It's just how this market is playing out, and it's due to how different it is this season than it has been in the past, which, again, interesting in its own right, but you have to understand that these new tax aprons are going to be playing a large part into how some of these guys do get paid. So for me, I think it's a rather interesting case study to see how this affects guys like Buddy Hield, who I told you, if Klay Thompson does get the bag, does a team like the Warriors go after him, or does he stay in Philadelphia? You look at Tobias Harris, is a team like Detroit going to give him the bag? You look at Russell Westbrook, where does he go? Where does he actually go? Does he go to Miami? Does he go to New York? Does he go... Scott Brooks, I don't think, he just got let go in Portland, so they didn't renew his deal, so it's not like he's going to Portland. Scott Brooks is the biggest Russell Westbrook fan there is in all the NBA. And I doubt he'd be getting a coaching job anytime soon. So I think that's one of the bigger things. But if you did make it to the end of this video, where I'm now rambling, and I have been for the last 2 minutes, as I wanted to make it to the 8-minute marker, hope you guys did enjoy. Hit that like and subscribe button. It does absolutely positively mean the world to me when you guys do take the time to listen to me. Do love you, every single one of you. Bye bye, guys. Ciao.